Yes, they are called the Maroon Commandos. Greetings to you all, comrades. Hope you're fine.
Yep. Good.
Yeah, that was the music from the Maroon Commandos. They were around 1980s group of artists that was singing the so-called benga music or Swahili music. We either call it benga, but this is a new creation of the Maroon Commando. So a new generation that is also becoming old, but they perform live music on various aspects. Like that one, they were singing about Christina, asking when will she come back. They want to send the man is singing about Christina. Christina went away and she's not yet back. So they want to send the fare for the Christina to be back, the air ticket, so that Christina could be back. Thank you very much, comrades. It's an honor and a pleasure to see you once again. Hope you had a wonderful week.
Yep.
Yes. So, welcome. Peace. Is this Sister Portia?
Yes, King Brother. Thank you so much for this. And thanks to King Brother Coco and Elder Glenroy and Sister Ida for encouraging me. I'm so happy to be here and happy to be with all of you. I'm so happy.
Welcome. We are honored to have you as well. We are running this class of Thursday, which is almost towards the end class, but there's a class from One Map Africa that I'm also doing with One Map Africa on Fridays, the same times, 1900 London time. It's almost a month or 2 months old, but irrespective of where you join, you could always catch up. Because I've seen you are able to write some words in Swahili, so that means you're good.
Sawa sawa, asante sana.
Karibu. So, welcome, Sister Myra, General Nunaki, Sister Val, Elder Glenn. Let's see what you're doing today. Last time we did a bit of the courtesy issues and the courtesy words. I remember I shared the text in our WhatsApp group. We did a half of it, but the text were already in the WhatsApp. I can reshare so that you can keep on either mastering some of the words. But I feel that we should move ahead with what is left in our lesson so that we go to the next part, but we can finish always the vocabularies with the emergencies that were shared in our WhatsApp group. Those are the basics one. But today I want us to move to some vocabularies. We've been learning vocabularies for the longest time possible. Because if you don't have the vocabularies of a language, you won't be able to speak anything. So we will move to these vocabularies today in regards to the house. I said that once we finish the vocabulary lessons, we will have some few lessons extra that will be dealing with issues to do with now writing and reading. Because if you know the vocabularies, you just need to put them into simple sentences and start reading and writing. And that will be enough for you to be able to speak language. Because if you can read the language, you can write the language, then you can speak also the language. Part of this, we have been trying to read the languages here so that you can be able to speak the words written. So I don't think we are moving badly off, but I appreciate the speed you're moving on. Probably next week, we might be having a new class is coming in, but it will always be starting after the end of this class. It will be a very short class on the basic concepts of consciousness. Remember, consciousness is the main class. We are consciousness study group. So we do the study of Kwame Nkrumah's book called Conscientism. This has been going on every Thursday. I think now it's 1700 GMT for the last 3 years, every Thursday. And all our recordings are available on our YouTube channel. So we are introducing the basic concepts of consciousness that might be coming on Tuesday, but we will communicate. If it comes on Tuesday, it will be after this class. So probably the next hour of around 8 p.m. London time. That's when the basic concepts of consciousness class will be starting. So that's just to keep you note. We have agreed that our classes will be starting 1900 London time, because that now gives me an ample time to be home so that I can be able also to dispense this class with us. So once again, to those who might have confusion within our timing at General Lunaki, our timing is 1900 London time. So karibu sana, and note that that's our new timing. So today we'll learn a bit of vocabularies. These vocabularies are related to house issues. Of course, we've done issues to do with clothes, animal, body parts. We've done so many things to do with transport, all those things. Last time we were learning emergency issues. Today we are learning about vocabularies that are related to the house issues. And we'll start with the first vocabulary, which is the first thing in some of the things common in the house is called bathroom. I know there is a bathroom, but in Swahili, we refer bathroom to be actually a place where we call it bafu. Let me just put that clearly. A bathroom is actually in Swahili, the right text of bathroom is bafu. So let me put that clearly. Because we ask bathroom, like in the West, when somebody says bathroom in the West, what does it mean? It means a combination of, in English, it's a combination of a toilet. Let me wait. Now, let me reflect what I wanted to say. Bafu, which is the only place where you do your body cleaning, a room where you do only body cleaning, where you have a shower, a tap, and that in Swahili is called bafu. English call it bathroom. But a choo is a toilet. So you know, in some of the Western countries, you find that there's a room that has both toilet and a bathroom with it. That's not common in Africa. That's why sometimes they'll use the word choo to refer to a bathroom, while bathroom is only a space where you have, in Swahili, where you have only a shower for cleaning your body. We call it bafu. So bafu is the right word for a bathroom in Swahili. While choo, which is a toilet, or vyoo, that is actually the toilet in English. So this one is the toilet. Whether you want to call it pit latrine or which type of latrine you want to call it, so you just call it choo. So we don't have a specification whether it's a toilet or a pit latrine or whatever it is. In Swahili, the only word that refers to that so-called pit latrine or a toilet is choo, if it is a singular. And vyoo, we say vyoo if they're plural. Yeah. So I hope you can get me that clearly. Is choo for singular and vyoo for plural. So the right word is vyoo, vyoo for plural and choo for singular. Choo. Then now bathroom is bafu. 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 That is bathroom. Well, the glasses, this can be either the glasses as either the glass you use to drink water, the glass cup. It can be the glasses that can be found in the house, anything that's having or a glass in the house. In Swahili, we call it glassy. Basically, it's borrowed directly from English, glassy. Because we realize that in African setup, we are not used to those so-called glassy, the glasses. So we call it glassy. While bed.
Will glassy be used for spectacle glasses?
No, it's glassy. For us, it's glassy both for, even if you're talking of spectacles, spectacles is machoine. It's not glassy, actually. Spectacles, we call it machoine.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You can either call it machoine, to those who call it machoine, others still call it miwani as well. These are now spectacles. Now, the funny thing that it comes with this word of the spectacles you have asked, Brother Glenn, the word machoine, macho, you know, it's an eye. Macho. So macho is an eye, and nne is four. So you see how Swahili was trying to actually derive this spectacle. They were saying it's a 4-eye. Macho nne, 4-eye. which means the person using the spectacle is now having 4 eyes. He's having his 2 or her 2 eyes plus this one of the spectacle. So the name was derived to be called machoine. But the new word that can still be used is miwani. So you can either say miwani or machoine for the spectacles. But the glasi is anything glass. But we have the window, which is not actually, in the window aspect, you'll have a glass window. Now that one, the window, the mirror aspect is kyo. So kyo is a mirror. Of course, it can be almost close to something like a glass thing, but it's not pure glass like the normal glasses or normal things that are made of glass. So anything made of glass or even a cup of glass is called glassy. But the mirror, as it is the kyo. We call it kyo. So that's one. It can be the mirror that you are using for either the side mirror for the vehicle or either the house mirror. Any type of mirror will be kyo. But now glassy is for pure glasses. Then you have the bed, which Swahili call kitanda. Kitanda is the bed. Then vitanda is the plural of kitanda. Remember we did the noun class KV. We'll go back to more concentration on noun class. So kitanda is the singular aspect of bed, and vitanda is the beds. So you'll say ninalala kitanda or ninalala kitandani. When you say ninalala kitandani, you mean you are sleeping in the bed. The word kitandani, it means inside. So you are sleeping in the bed. So ninalala kitandani. That means you are sleeping in the bed. You are unalala ama ninalala kitandani. I am sleeping in the bed. So kitanda is the bed. Of course, I know we'll come across it down there, but let me introduce it here as we move along. The word now, if the bed is kitanda, what's about the seat? The seat you're sitting on is called kiti, or singular, or viti. These are the seats. So it can be a sofa set, any seat you're having or any sitting you're having. Either it be no, the best word you can call it, not a seat, you just call it a chair. So it can be a sofa set. It can be any type of chair. You call it kiti. So let's go back again slowly. We've said bafu is the bathroom. Bafu. Choo or vio is the toilet or toilet. Then gilasi is the glass. Machonine or miwani is the spectacles. The mirror is kyo. The bed is kitanda. That's the bed. Or vitanda. The chair is kiti. That's so far where we are. So let's move on a bit. In case of any question, you will feel free to ask. We'll go through this and then we'll come back again. Now, anything hot. You remember, anything hot, we call it moto. But you know the word moto also means fire. Moto. So moto means hot or fire. So when you say ujimoto, the word uji is porridge. then moto is hot. So in this context, we're using moto to means hot porridge, uji moto. But I can also say moto inawaka or moto inachoma. This is the word choma. So here, the word moto in this context means fire is burning. Inachoma, it means is burning. The word choma, burning, from the word choma. So the word choma in Swahili, in English, is burn. Choma. So in this context, we have used the word moto in two aspects. One, moto in the aspect of being hot, uji moto, and moto in the context of being fire. So say moto. If you see somebody is shouting moto, 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 it means fire, fire. But if somebody say nataka chai moto, it means they need hot tea. Not fire tea, hot tea. That's how we use moto in two contexts in Swahili. Moto. And the next one is the bedroom. The bedroom, we call it chumba. Yes.
May you repeat, sir, how to say nataka moto chai or nataka chai moto?
You say nataka, which means I want. Because the word taka means want. So you say nataka, then you say chai, which is tea, then you say moto. It means I want hot tea. But you know, English structure, yes, nataka chai moto. So that's the correct sentence, the brief sentence. Nataka chai moto. I want hot tea. Now the problem with English will end with T. And that's what I told you before, and we've observed this. In terms of structure of word, English starts with the L in Swahili, while Swahili sometimes starts with the end of English. So English will say, nataka chai moto, that is Swahili. English will say, I want hot tea. For this case, tea is coming last. Hot is coming before in English. But in Swahili, the tea will come first before you go to moto. So nataka chai moto. Sister Myra. Sister Myra? Okay.
How come it's not Nina Taka? How come it's Nataka, not Nina Taka?
It is both. You see the word na, because Nina, soon as I, ni is still I, and na is still I. The both two words refer to the I.
Okay.
So when you move forward, you realize it's not a must you say Nina Taka.
Okay.
So when you just say Nataka, the word na here is the one that refers to is the first person pronoun na.
Okay.
But when you go to plural, you not say nataka because the plural is two. So you say tuna. In plural, you say tunataka, tunataka, which means we want.
Okay.
So it's we want, but when I say nataka or ninataka, it's correct. Because here I'm referring to the first person pronoun, na, nataka. But if you are many, we say to nataka. So two is the plural of us. So it's me or I, which is ninataka or nataka. Two is we. So we want or I want.
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, so that is the two contexts we're using moto. Now, when you go to bedroom, we say chumba. Chumba cha. In fact, it's chumba and a space of cha. Kulala. So how do we refer to bedroom? How do we get the meaning of the word bedroom in Swahili? We describe bedroom based on what it is. So chumba means a room. Chumba. Then cha, which means of. So it's based on the noun class. You can either have a noun class of cha or ya or wa, based on the noun classes. So you say chumba cha, room of. Then kulala is to sleep. Means to sleep. So room of to sleep or room of sleeping is what English call bedroom. Swahili call it as it is, chumba cha kulala. Bedroom. Chumba cha kupumzika is restroom, or you can call it sitting room. But you use the word chumba. So chumba is the room. Well, the whole house, which can confuse you, is between the word chumba and nyumba. Chumba is the room, nyumba is the house.
Yeah.
So we should be very keen on those two words not to confuse you.
Yeah.
So the room is chumba, while the house is nyumba. The word nyumba can still refer to home, but when it refers to home, it can no longer be called nyumba. It will be called now nyumbani. So when you say nyumbani, it means home. So you can use it in a sentence by saying naenda or nina. You can say naenda. You can say ninaenda nyumbani. When you say naenda or ninaenda nyumbani, it means I'm going home. I'm going home. So in this context, it means home when I use nyumbani. But when I want to use nyumba, I can say, which means I am kwa nyumba, niko kwa nyumba. In this context, I'm meaning I'm in the house. Niko kwa nyumba. I'm in the house. So this nyumba in this context is used now to refer to the house. Niko kwa nyumba. I'm in the house. Well, naenda nyumbani, I'm going home. Any question there? So I've said always take in consideration not to confuse chumba and nyumba. Chumba is a room within a nyumba. Nyumba is the whole house. So any room is called chumba. Of course, in kitchen will be called jikoni. It's part of the house, but it's kitchen, which we call jikoni. Okay, let's proceed slowly. The next one is the bed. We call it bed sheet. Now, we don't have the bed sheet in our traditional African setup as per se. But we call the word shuka. Shuka might mean the sheet you put on the bed, but the bed itself, you remember we have said is kitanda. Remember?
Yeah.
The bed is kitanda. Now, the sheet we refer to shuka. Now, shuka cannot clearly mean a bed sheet, but it means a sheet. Sometimes it's not even a sheet. You remember what you see the Maasai is putting on? The one they wrap their body.
Mm-hmm.
So that one they wrap their body with is called shuka. Now there's the one also women tie on their waist in the villages. They tie it around. You can see them tying them around. I don't know if you have seen that, but let me show you a picture of something I'm trying to talk about, which also is called shuka. Let me show you the picture. Sister Mara, is your hand up?
In Swahili, do you have the word leso?
Yeah, it's close now. That's the word I wanted to talk about. It's close to the word less as well. So
Okay, that's what women tie around their waist in Uganda.
Yeah, we call it leso, we call it shuka. So some would call it leso, some would call it shuka. But it's one and the same thing. My keyboard has refused working. So let me just proceed with this. So that leso, Sister Mary, you're talking about.
Yeah.
Why my keyboard has deactivated itself? All the keyboards are not working. Okay. So the one we're calling leso is the one close to shuka. So the shuka, of course, is the normal one the Maasai puts on. But the one the women tie on their waist is sometimes called shuka to some community, but it's majorly called leso, as you are referring to. Leso, which is L-E-S-O. Wondering my keyboards are not working. I don't know why. Okay. So I'll have to use, okay, no problem. We'll just proceed.
Do you have a mouse on the keyboard itself?
I don't always use mouse.
Yeah.
But I'll be forced to have a mouse now. Okay. Let's go ahead. So I'm not able to type this. I don't know why the keyboards fail. Anyway, let's proceed. So that's what you call now the bed sheet. Shuka. But as I've said, it's not a literally bed sheet, because the aspect of bed sheet is not something that very familiar with us as the in Swahili tradition. So we call it shuka, which basically I've said shuka refers to that what the Maasai wraps on their body. But leso is the one the women tie on their waist. Some communities even call directly shuka. Now the next one is the iron, and here is the what you call passy. That's what we call it, passy. The iron box. Well, the right one is the iron box. We call it passy. Passy. The blanket you borrow directly from English. Blanketi. We call it blanketi. 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 That's the blanket. The jagi is also directly from English. Jagi. Those are words we borrow directly from the English. Jagi. Now, the bowl is normal in us. We call it bakuli. The bowl is bakuli. Now, bakuli, we are used to most of these. So ours might be so traditional, but it's bakuli. But the kettle is the birika. Birika. You have passy for the iron, blanketi for the blanket, jagi for the jug, bakuli for the bowl, then birika for the kettle. Birika. The carpet is busati. Is not a common word. If you go to communities that do not speak more of Swahili, almost original word, they might not understand the word busati. but busati is a word for carpet. Well, jikoni, as I'd said, jikoni is a kitchen, coming from the word jiko. But jiko is not basically the kitchen as per se, because when you add the word ni at the end of jiko to make it jikoni, it means kitchen. Kitchen is inside a place or a surrounded place, we call it kitchen. Now, jiko can mean there's this one that use a charcoal for cooking. I don't know if you have seen it. You go around in the shops, you find they have made something like a cooking pot, but it's made with
the cooking stove. We have it in Uganda.
Yeah, something like a cooking stove, but the one that have the charcoal, you put the charcoal inside.
Yeah.
So that one we call it jiko.
Jiko.
Now, jikoni came from the word where the cooking takes place, because that's where we put the jiko. So that's where we come with the word jikoni. So to us, that's the kitchen, because in the kitchen, what do you do? You do the cooking. And us, what you use to cook is jiko, which is in the kitchen. So we call it jikoni. Then we have the ceiling of the house, the ceiling board, the ceiling one of the house. At the ceiling, we call it dari. Also a very not common vocabulary for ceiling. In fact, you'll ask many people what's a ceiling, they'll not maybe tell you the meaning of a ceiling in Swahili. But in Swahili, it's called dari. Then the knife is kisu. Kisu. That's the knife. Kisu. Kisu. Kisu is the knife. Then chair, as I'd say, is kiti. Kiti is the chair. Either call it viti for plural, but kiti is the chair. Yes, Sister Mara?
Is a stool also called kiti?
Yes, but the one we call it kitimoto. Now, kitimoto, remember moto is the fire.
Mm.
So we always call it kitimoto because it's the chair we use next to the fire. The stool, the stool has, it was not that stool, but it was this how it was made. The traditional one was looking with some of 4 legs. You remember how it looks like for the elders?
Mm.
Now we call it kitimoto. That is for the stool. But
Okay.
kiti is a general word. So you can have kitia sofa, which is a sofa set. We call it kitia sofa. We borrow the word sofa set from it. But kiti is a seat or a chair. But now the stool one is called kitimoto. We borrow the name directly from where it was used. It was used next to the fire. Maybe when the elders are around the fire, or maybe when the women are close to the fire cooking. That's why the word came kitimoto. Yes. Then for lights, it is taa. Taa. That's the light. Taa. Then the cold, when it's cold, we call it baridi. So you say soda baridi, a cold soda. Soda you just go directly from English to soda. Or you say maji baridi. Maji is water. Maji. So when you say maji baridi, it means a cold water. Yes. Sister Portia?
Yes, brother. I just was laughing because if it's one phrase I know is Nataka Coca-Cola Baridi. That one I know absolutely.
Yes. So the word nataka will always means I want. So when you say nataka Coca-Cola baridi, it means I want Coca-Cola. But we use the word soda now as it's being used as a general name for all of them. So whether it's a Coke, is a Fanta, is whatever, they're soda. So we can say nataka soda baridi, Or if you don't want soda baridi, you want soda moto, a hot one, a warm one. We don't always use the word warm, so we always just say either baridi, because they'll ask you, do you want soda gani? Unataka soda gani? If they ask you unataka soda gani, you can say either the specific brand by saying Coca-Cola, Fanta, then they'll ask you baridi. So if they ask you baridi, means do you want cold one? If you don't want cold one, just say no. So it's baridi for cold, whether it's a cold thing or during the cold weather. When the weather is cold, we just say baridi. When you're feeling cold, we say baridi. So we refer to it as baridi, all of it. Whether you're feeling cold, whether it's a cold drink, or whether the whole environment is just cold, we just call it baridi. Now, the living room, they call it ukumbi. Now, you know, there's a big difference between what is the difference between a living room and a sitting room? Those who are good in English, first of all. Anybody, the difference between a living room and a sitting room?
I think in the UK, the word living room is more commonly used to mean sitting room, while in Uganda, we use sitting room to mean living room. For me, that's the difference.
Now, if you use the sitting room, which is common to us, you'll call it sebuleni. Sebuleni. I'm not able to still type. Things are not yet up, but you call it sebuleni. S-E-B-U, sebu, L-E, leni, sebuleni.
So that means sitting.
That is sitting room. Now, the ukumbi is just a hall. So you see, the aspect of saying ukumbi is derived from the aspect that the living room is the hall, is a whole room, like a big room, you see? So when you refer to it in the connotation that is a big hall, you call it ukumbi. But when you refer to it as a sitting room where people sit and put the seats there, table and the rest, you call it sebuleni. That's a little difference in terms of.
So is ukumbi a big room where people can gather, like for a meeting?
Yeah, it can be a big room for a meeting. It can be even a big room for a meeting, like a conference hall. Like, for example, the conference hall we have in Nairobi, we call it the KICC, the Kenyatta International Conference. If you translate that to Swahili, you'll say ukumbi wa Kenyatta. Okay. The conference hall for Kenyatta. So ukumbi here, when it comes to the living room, it tries to mean the bigger room, a big space, a big hall. But when it comes to the connotation of a sitting room, you call it sebuleni. Then the cooking pot. Now to us it is two-way. It's not a pot. A pot, somebody could be able to help me type. I need to I'll get a mouse actually, so that I can be using the mouse in case this fails, because I don't know what's going on. So a pot, in the traditional aspect of a pot, you know, when people say a cooking pot, they may not mean it looks like the traditional pot. I think, Myra, you know the traditional pot.
The one made from clay? Or?
Yeah, the one made from clay. That's what we call it. That's what we always refer to. When you talk of a pot, in terms of the cooking, we always refer to the one made of clay. Now, that one made of clay is called nyungu. Nyungu. I want you to write down the text, the spelling. If you have a paper anyway, you can write it. N-Y-U-N-G-U.
Okay.
Nyungu. Nyungu. I want you to write down the text, the spelling. If you have a paper anyway, you can write it. Hmm? 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 Let me give you the spelling chungu. Some call it chungu. In some of the translation, you'll find it, they use the word chungu, which is CHUNGU. Which is a ga, a G-U, not a J, a G-U. So you find it called chungu.
Chungu.
In some dialects of Swahili, it's not coming out as chung, it comes out as a new. So when it comes as new, it's an NY. Where there's a CH is an NY, and the rest remain the same. So it's either nyungu or chungu. So some dialects might call it as nyungu, but some uncommon dialects might call it chungu. The traditional pot. Now, when there's talk of cooking pot in this context of the whites, they're basically meaning a sufuria. Do you know a sufuria?
The metallic one.
Yeah, the metallic one. So the metallic one you used to cook in your house, the one metallic that I know most of us use, is the modern one. Anybody has a metallic cooking pot. So that metallic one is what we call sufuria. But when you ask for a pot, you go to the market and ask for a pot, they'll give you the one I've told you. They'll tell you they don't have that traditional one, the molded one. Well, that's what it means to them as a pot. If not a pot, there's a sufuria. So they'll just, unataka sufuria? Do you need I need a cooking pot. If you go in any market of Swahili people and ask them, I need a cooking pot, they tell you they don't have a pot.
Okay.
You just go there and ask for sufuria. You tell them sufuria, they'll give you what you want. Because that's what all of us, or most of us, use in our houses. Now, a coach, in this case, is also borrowed directly from English. Because we know we were not used in our tradition most of the time to have the coaches. So we have it directly as coaching.
But that's the same as kiti ya sofa.
Yeah, you can either call it, there's a, sometimes there's also a big difference between a sofa set and a couch. I don't know if it's in the level of comfy or comfort, I don't know. Because some people call it a couch. It may be either also difference of use of English in some other context, maybe American or whatever you call it, British English or American English. But when somebody refer to a couch, they more of refer to a very comfy seat than what you say a sofa set in what we know locally. So if I tell you I need a sofa set, it's just a normal set of seats I have. But it's advanced, it's not a kitty. Because now, it's a kitty, yes, but it's a type of a kitty which is called a sofa. A couch is also still a type of a kitty. The couch is still a seat. But just that it's either so advanced or so comfortable, but it's still a seat. So it's still a kitty.
So if I go to a furniture shop in Nairobi, I can ask for either kiti, a sofa, or a kochi.
Yeah, but even if you say you want kitty, in any of those people, and they do a lot of good seats here when you go to, in fact, nowadays, not even in Nairobi, just close to even the shop next to where I am, and most of Kenyans are doing it all over. Some even do it in their houses. They make a good sofa set. So when you tell them kitty, and you say you want kitty, they'll show you a variety. They'll show you a sofa set, they'll show you this couch, they'll show you the normal seats for office, they'll show you any seat. So it's a general word for them. Any seat is a kitty.
Okay.
So just tell them I need kitty, they'll take you around now. So they even either send you pictures of kitty you want. I don't know how did I skip the mattress. That's what I'm seeing now. There's a mattress before the couch.
Yeah.
It's a godoro. That's the basic name, godoro.
Godoro.
So godoro is a mattress. But there's a one that they use in the coastal sites, mkeka. Mkeka is this one made of what do you call it? Is it the reeds? The reeds. If you go along the coast, if people are basking on the sun, especially along the beaches, there's the one that they put down, or even the one that most of the Swahili people always used to sleep. It's more of like a carpet of the house, but it's not a carpet. It's now the one that people sleep on.
That one, every Muganda household has one. Call it omkeka.
Omkeka. The word in Swahili is mkeka. That's the Swahili word, mkeka. Now you're gonna add the O to call it omkeka. But Swahili call it mkeka. It's a very light one. It's very light. Then of those reeds. And I think it's what most of people use in the villages. People cannot afford mattresses. They just sleep on that in the villages.
Yeah.
But the mattress is Godoro. Now this is the modern one. You come to the cities, now you find the mattress. Now the pan used here is karai. And karai in Swahili context is not just the frying pan, the one you use for making eggs. Karai is the big one, the big round one, the frying pan, the big one that people put when you want to, what do you call it? We call it mandazi here. Do you know mandazis? Mandazi.
They're like donuts, but they're there's a form of donut.
They're like donuts. They're like donuts. We call them mandazi. So you see that frying pan that they used to cook them, or the one they used to fry the fish, the big ones, for those who are selling the fish, is almost a round one, more of, it's not so much metallic, but it's a very round one that people put on it can be as huge as you want it. That's what you call karai. It's close to a sufuria, but it's not the normal sufuria, the round one. But that is a big one that you use to either to cook those donuts. Because you see, when you cook donuts here, it's not like how people cook donuts out there. But that's we cook it traditionally. We put it on that big round stuff. I don't know if somebody could have if you were able to type or look for just go on Google and look for the word karai, type karai. It will give you that one. It's a very big one. Now, in my tradition, is the one that you used to cook ugali. I don't know if ugali is having an English name. But
you use the karai to cook ugali?
Yes, we use karai to cook ugali. We don't use sufuria. The sufuria one is only for cooking the vegetables, fish, and the rest. But for ugali, in my village, if you go back in my village, people use karai.
Okay.
Now in the city, yes.
Ugali you would think of it, though they don't eat it in the Europe or North America like we do in Africa. It is a corn porridge. It's like a corn porridge that's thickened, not soupy.
To us, if you call it corn porridge or you call our ugali porridge, it's more disrespectful because to us, it depends on. I know Uganda, you use what? Do you use cassava?
No, we use maize flour, but ours we call it akawunga, or for the closest thing in schools they call it posho. I don't know whether that's an English word, but in Uganda it's akawunga.
Do you know the word unga, Sister Myra? The word unga that you use in Uganda, it means flour. In Swahili. So Swahili, unga is flour. So when they say it's a maize flour, in Swahili, you can basically say unga wa ugali, maize flour, or unga wa mahindi, because maize is mahindi. So unga is what we use here. And what unga we use is from the maize. Now, what people call the corn. Because actually, maize flour, which is now called ugali, is the most staple food in Africa. In every community. Some people, I know like Uganda, you can also use even banana. Some even use cassava. In my tradition alone, we have 6 types of ugali. There's a pure one used of pure cassava, only pure cassava. That one, if you try to pull it, it sticks and moves around like it's very sticky. So pure cassava. There's one you mix the sorghum with cassava.
Yeah, that one is popular in Uganda, yeah.
There's the one that you purely use just a maize, white maize. But with us also we have a yellow maize. It's not like a corn maize, but I was born finding yellow maize in my community. I know out there it's used for either the cows and the rest, but it's still a maize for us. So all of them make ugali. But now we use the karai, not the sufuria. Now, I see our time is almost up, so give me just 5 minutes, then we will wind up. We've taken to the maximum of, but we started at around 15. So we've taken 45 minutes. So just give me the next 5 minutes if you can be able to wind up. Now, that is karai to what I was trying to explain. It's a bit different than sufuria. But today, in the cities, people use sufuria either to cook the so-called maize flour, ugali, or to cook anything else. Now we have a cup. A cup is called kikombe. If that cup is made of glass, we'll call it kikombe ya glasi. If it's made of glass, kikombe ya gilasi. Remember, glass is gilasi. So it's made of. If it's made of glass, we'll call it kikombe ya glasi. If it is made up of what do you call it? Clay. Or we either call it clay. Sometimes can be either like a mchanga, a sand, or udongo, which is the loam soil. So we don't have a clear clay for it, but we just call it kikombe. Because also we never had that differentiation of whether there was a kikombe made of clay or what. Whether it's a plastic, it's a metallic, it's whatever, to us it's a kikombe. The only thing when it comes in now, we only differentiate when it goes to the glassy. It's made of glass. But basically, kikombe is general. What do you want to use? Kikombe is general. Then pillow is mto. It's very hard to find the word mto. But the word mto is called mto. M-T-O, mto. The word mto also means a river. A river is mto, a river. But mto also means pillow. Then cupboard is kabati. Plate is sahani. Curtain is pazia. The roof is paa. The dining hall is chumba cha kulia. We describe dining hall as what is going on there. What is going on there is dining. And to dine or to eat is called kukula. So we say kulia. We don't say kukulia. We say kulia. So chumba cha kulia, which means a room for eating. But it can confuse you because the word kulia also means to cry.
Okay.
Because the word lia, L-I-A, is cry. So kulia means to cry. But when you use the word kulia, we have silenced another word kuku. So it should be a double ku, kukulia. But because most of the time they will not, so otherwise when you do the pronunciation of the writing, you don't tend to repeat the kuku. So you just say kulia. In this context, it means a dining room. But when someone say unalia, or acha kulia, they are basically telling you stop crying. No sosa is kisahani. A door is mlango. Mlango is the door. Mlango. The shelf is rafu. Rafu. Electricity is umeme. Umeme. That's electricity. Umeme.
Umeme.
Umeme. Then spoon is kijiko. Spoon is kijiko. Then fan is just from English, feni. Switch, we just call it from English as well, switching. But floor is sakafu. Floor is sakafu. Sakafu is the floor.
Sakafu.
Then the table is meza. 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 There's the table. I'm told it's almost Portuguese or which language? This another language that's almost close to call table again, meza. A fork is uma.
Uma.
But also uma, as it is, can also mean bite. using your teeth, bite, uma. So if somebody bites you, we say amekuuma. Uma means bite, but also means fork. Then wall is ukuta. Ukuta. A wall. Ukuta. So wall can either means a perimeter wall or any wall in the house is ukuta. Then fridge is frigi. We borrow directly from English. Frigi. While window is dirisha. Any question in the next maybe 2 minutes before we close? Any comments, any concern? Can always go back. I'll be able to, I will share this small document in the group for our WhatsApp. I'll add you, Sister Portia, to the group, but I'm going to share this document as it is in the group as well for a follow-up. Any question, any concern?
No, thank you. Dante.
Asante sana.
Karibu tena. When I say karibu tena, the word tena means again. So welcome again. We don't just always say welcome. When you say welcome, in Swahili you get extra time to say again. Basically, welcome back. But you say when somebody say asante sana,
Thank you very much.
so much or very much, I say karibu tena.
Karibu tena.
Welcome again. Tena is again. Yeah, so welcome again. Karibu tena. So may you have a lovely evening.
Kwaheri. Asante sana.
I will be playing one music for those who love the Swahili music as we live. But let's meet again next Tuesday.
Asante sana.
you.
Asante sana. Sawa sawa. Ulale salama.
Yeah, karibu. Sister Pamela.
Yes, hello,
Up.
Brother Pigeon. Yeah, I'm new, so yes, could you please add me to the group so that I can see the information?
Yeah, I'm adding you to the group.
Thank you.
Oh, welcome. Unfortunately, all my keyboards are not working, so please leave at your own wish. I will not be able to share the screen.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay,
Asante sana.
thank you.
Welcome.